Welcome back, everybody. Second map here between Skade and Nexus, and straight into the action we go. So this is going to be Skade's map, or excuse me, side choice here on, and it will be CT side, of course. Smoke kit for young Raftu, and they're running a AAA setup. This is great for countering AXX, but it's not quite as effective as dealing with this upper B aggression that's inevitably coming towards Rainwaker.
He's got the spot though. Now he's gonna fade out of it. He's hoping for that one shot, but not even a chance to do that. Might just do a little bit of damage here. Not anything to find for it. Denny gonna get run down in a moment. Denislaw. Now we've got players rolling around. Raftu trying to get back into it, but Zello doing so much damage. Upgrading to the USP. Just continuing to find bodies, continuing to find damage, continuing to keep these CTs at bay. And at this point, this is looking rather hopeless. The remaining Skade roster just Raftu to try and do something, anything here. And while he will find one kill, that's going to be all she wrote. It is a pistol round firmly in the pocket of Nexus. So based on how close that overpass was, I'm pretty excited to see Nexus on their own map pick now.
Yeah. I'm kind of... I mean, we saw... by no means was the first map a sweep for Skade. Actually, I'll get to that thought in a second. Right now, there's a lot of information being heard towards Upper B, but of course, this is only the Mac 10 ruse. This is just meant to draw a lot of attention away. Although these two players fall towards the B side as well. And look at Spellin, he's just waiting for the knife.
Oh! I'm not going to find anything for it. I like the idea, though. Try and do something a little bit cheeky. Hold out as long as possible. But no, ultimately Nexus overcomes that hurdle. And they don't take a lot of damage to boot either. They're feeling pretty good about that one, considering how many Mac 10s were out. They're going to be rolling these Mac 10s into the next round, though, which is where it could get a bit concerning. We've got an op-out. It is glass cannon admittedly, so very vulnerable to these SMGs if it gets surprised. Otherwise, the team's going to be having rifles, going to be having armor, everything they need. Smokes down in towards mid to block vision on that offer right off the bat. And a little bit of control re-exerted by these CTs to just make sure that nobody's there. And indeed, they aren't. Nobody in towards mid. Looks like they're setting up for an A hit. Pretty traditional smoke throw over. And just go for it. Presumably, SXE is going to hold for this aggression, then make his way up underpass to maybe do a little bit of damage just into mid connector. But here we go. This is a pretty straightforward take. Nothing too complicated about this one. But hey, sometimes the classics are classics for a reason, and so far they get a lot of ground. They're going to have to clear out Raftu, who's not going to get anything from this cheeky spot. Damage really coming against him now, and this is getting weird. Zello through the smoke just spraying. Eventually does connect with the dome of Rainwaker. This is going to be very damaging indeed. Those Mac 10s so effective at jumping around corners, and kills just stacking up one after another here. Rocking and Spellin trying to do something, but at this point, I think that something is just going to be safe.
Yeah, you just have to get out of dodge at this point. I mean, you failed the entries on the B site, and I had to point him out, but Raftu played that so poorly. A little bit of unluck towards him, but he played that so poorly in that ninja position. I feel like he could have at least guaranteed a single kill there, possibly even two if he had gotten the right support flashes. But he couldn't even convert one kill in that entry, so a little bit of a poor job there on the defense. But at least they maintained two weapons. And their loss bonus is okay. I think they can drop over some FAMASs. They could probably squeeze out a rifle buy here if they so choose. Otherwise, they could just hold on to this, come in next round with ops and actual rifles with full utility. Either path is acceptable. Yeah, I think they'll just go for the pistol armor here. But Nexus already off to a pretty good start. 3-0.
Molly in. They're going to deny mid control or vision again. It's interesting. They don't actually want to put, or at least so far, they haven't really put heavy presence in towards mid, but they've made a lot of impressions towards mid. They're a lot of utility. This time they've got sending a player underpass, so it's a little bit of a change up in the formula, and they're going to get checked at chair. Ralph only gets one before he's trading. Zello is taking matters back into his own hands. There's no problem here yet, but they got to be a little careful. The Deagles can get very frisky with those mid angles. Spellin has a response here. He's pushed into Palace, found nobody home. May have just heard, I think that was a jump into ramp. So may have heard I am here. Let's see what we got. Denny's coming back over, so I think there was definitely a tip-off there. Might just catch somebody if they push in a jungle, but he's got to be cautious about going through this murder hole. Find timing on it. This is still a very risky, slow chance that this might actually work out, but there's a glimpse of a hope. There's a champ.
Ooh, that is going down the toilet, Mike.
That's a pot.
Maybe if he finds that kill, maybe Spellin had gotten one off the kind of the element of surprise towards Palace. That would have been a 2 versus 2 and a lot more doable of a scenario. But right now, it's Spellin just running into his own death. And it'll be Nexus with 4 players alive, as well as a great, solid amount of money here coming into this second gun round. I think they've... And this is kind of a repeat of the first map, right? They had a great start. Their economy was solid, and they just had to kind of keep the pressure up. But this is their map pick, so I mean, they're probably feeling pretty good about this.
Yeah, absolutely. And the difference is last time around they had the favored side to start things off, right? They started on that CT side, and that's where they built their initial lead. Here, they're getting it done as the T's. That's always encouraging. Here, Raftu trying to get aggressive in mid. BTN, he's so ready for it. That's a perfect shot, perfect response from BTN. He's going to be able to continue to contain here. Raga continuing to do damage. Not expecting a second player from that position. Rocking will at least get the trade back. And there's a second as well. Bomb's back in spawn. They got to be a little careful here because Rainwaker's trying to go find it. And meanwhile, they're continuing to lose bodies on site. So this is getting very awkward indeed for Nexus. They're now at a disadvantage. Rainwaker might actually catch this kill. Indeed, he does. Beautiful one tap to do so. And that puts everything in the lap of Zello. He's got to reclaim the bomb. He's got to reclaim the round. Fortunately for him, he has a minute to do so, and he's already found the first kill.
Yeah, and he actually found where both players are positioned right now. He knows one player's opting towards Cat. He knows a player eliminated his rotator for CT spawn, but he's not entirely sure where Rainmaker is here. But Dennis Lott's already repositioned. That's pretty agile movement there for Skade. And, well, they respond back. I mean, that was looking so well for Nexus for a second, but they instantly lost the 2-man advantage.
It did indeed. Vaporized. It's always interesting when you find the bomb. When you leave the bomb so late, and once you've got no B presence, it's so very vulnerable. So that just does not work out for them at all. This time, heavy presence in connector. You can see Danny Slaw wants to get this pick. He's actually dropped out. This is even more bold. He's using the cover of the smoke, but BTN's here. He's got to be cautious. Very exposed angle to fight with an op, but he's actually going to find the pick. So bold to stick around that long. It's not many oppers you see who, after not finding the first pick in mid, stick around for that much time, but he's been rewarded for it, and now he can fade away with a man advantage firmly in his pocket. Oh, there's the second kill as well. Raftu making noise from Ticket Booth. The Nexus a little more timid on the take here. There's been a further spot. You know the op is there, but the question is, what do they do with that knowledge, and can Dennis Law continue to contribute damage?
I mean, there are some smokes and flashes available, so they could at least use that to shut down one of these crosses, and one of the smokes will be towards jungle. Spellin tries to just walk out onto towards the A site, gives away his man advantage. I feel like it's a little bit overzealous. Now the remaining players are starting to flush all directions. Raftu finding 2. Raga is able to respond back, and he's making it a little bit more manageable for himself. He already has 3 to his name, and he's looking for that ace clutch. And with 35 seconds left on the clock, Mike, he has more than enough time to reset this round and possibly get that ace clutch.
And they're going to isolate themselves. They're isolating themselves in the 2v1, but this is great position. Raga's not going to expect it. He has the pistol out, and that's just not good enough. Rainwaker, quick shot to put him down, even if he had the op. I think likely Rainwaker wins that regardless, and so that is going to be a second on the board for Skade. And the money quickly evaporating over for this Nexus side. They'll be able to get another buy, but BTN will be limited. Although by the time this ends up, they may just have full loss bonus, so bomb plants may be enough to get them continuing to purchase them. But Skade making a go of this after the initial rounds lost off of the pistol. They are more than happy to get into it. And once again, look at Denny's Law. Okay, he gets out. That really should have been punished by Nexus. You can't do that round after round, just naked out in mid with no one to support you.
Learn from Sexy. I mean, he's just almost single-handedly opened up the B bomb site. He's gotten a kill. He's caused confusion. He's weakened the mid defenses by pulling that extra rotator in. Now all Dennis Law could do is just hold for that window boost. I'm not sure if he spotted the barrel there, but he seems to be ready for that boost inside. Nexus, they're happy to just hold, wait for that aim, and the no-scope is missed. Zello punishes him for it. And now they've completely separated the B defenders from the A defender. And he's all by himself now. He's alienated, Mike.
He is indeed. Good spot from Raftu, though. They've hesitated. Again, we saw this from Nexus a lot in the first map, where they would get a certain amount of control, they would get a man advantage, and then they would slow it right down. Sometimes it works, sometimes it only serves to make the clock your enemy. Spellin has now cleared out all of apps, he's starting to rotate around, he's going to get into ramp, so this eventual hit on towards A is at least going to feature both of the site defenders. They're going to go for the plant. There's not really a chance for Raftu to contest. He gives away his position with that spam. This gets a bit awkward, but they don't expect Spellin. And Raftu's found the first kill. That's distracted focus further from Spellin. He's going to get this kill for free. BTN cannot contest. There's the quick shot. Clinical. Now the remaining two players, they're well positioned for this, and there's no smoke from the CT side to cover it all. But they do have kits at least, so they can force this issue a little bit more. That would have been a big pick to find, but Spellin can't quite line it up. Now this is so tough for Raftu, and he's done a lot into the round, but not enough. That will be the round won by Nexus. 2 surviving, but that's enough. And a player is dropped out of the server for Skade.
There's been a pretty crazy amount of technical problems lately.
Specifically from Skade's side. Somebody's having trouble.
I think he's back. Okay.
No harm, no foul.
Suppose not.
Hopefully.
I'm just trying to examine the economic situation here for Skade, because as of right now, it's looking like it's probably not going to be much invested in here. Maybe just upgraded pistols at best. But, I mean, as long as Nexus don't really throw this round away like they did in the last game, they should have a pretty comfortable lead here early on this T side. And I suspect if they get, 6 rounds, 7 rounds, anything over 8, 9 rounds here on this T side, they're going to come into the second half with full confidence, no doubt.
Certainly should. Certainly should. But as we saw last map, there was a time where it felt like they were in full control and it all came tumbling down. So all it takes is 1 round. And at this point, Zello is the man who's making it happen for them. 13-3 through 7 rounds, 162 ADR. He is leagues ahead of his next closest. He is really putting in the work for Nexus right now. And last map, it was Raga who really stepped up. This time, Zello. They need somebody to do it. And that's clearly what he's doing for them right now. Pause over.
Here we go.
Get back to the round. We got a little bit of deagle action over here for Skade. They might be able to pop ahead, but very little investment. Spellin the only player with armor. You don't expect them to have much impact here. We say that. Again, we've seen some questionable losses. 2 questionable buys. A little trickier to do on Mirage.
Uh-oh. Rockin's been overwhelmed. Nice clear from Nexus. Full confidence. Just have the Mac 10 just jump in his face. Raga finds the opening pick as well towards the upper B site. And that's sure to split the defense up quite nicely. And it's eliminated both of the kind of the B leaning defenders here, right? They took away the contingency plan. They took away the B anchor. Now they're just going to force the numbers to move around. But by then, they've already gotten full control of this B site. So I think it's safe to say this one's in the bag, Mike.
Be so rough too. Drop should seal the deal. Spellin has armor. That's honestly worth saving. Deagle, meh. They're gonna buy in the next. But hey, 650 extra. That's extra utility. That's extra money saved going forward. Just might as well keep it alive. There's no point throwing that away against 5 existent guns. You're not. I mean, even if you get 1, you're likely gonna be traded by the guy behind him. I'm going to set up here to try and get some sort of exits as they come through. Ladder in the murder hole position. And admittedly, that is a kill found. Dennyslaw now has a rifle. That's definitely worth saving if they can. He's got to be careful, though. They're trying to hunt him out of it. They will succeed in doing so. Vampire set up. Full surround route. There's just no way away. That's exactly what I was talking about. Yes, they might get 1 gun out of their hands, but it's just instantly going to be traded back. And so Skade will lose that round. Nexus comfortably roll through. But here's where the guns come out, and the double op as well. The double op, Roy. This could be a difference maker for the Skade CT side.
Yeah, I want to remind you that Spellin at one point was a primary offer, right, for the Windigo, the old team. So this double op setup is super, super strong. And I hope to see that in action. Right now, Dennyslaw is looking for the information bit. He knows the player's top mid. That push is going to push him out. Now, mid control has been single-handedly taken by BTN, I think. I think it's IM, actually.
There's the spot. They've already dropped out. The van position's being cleared, but do they realize Rainmaker's here? They have no idea. They hop right over him. He was patient. He was blind. And as a result, he's doing so much damage. He's slowing him down, but he can't stay alive any further. But what he has allowed Dennyslaw to get back onto the site, do the damage. Fortunately for the Skade side, he can only stick around so long. So now it's going to be Spellin, the guy who once upon a time was a legendary op, was the primary opper for his squad. Gotta do a little bit of magic here. Oh, missed shot. That's perhaps a bit of rust on his op trigger finger. That's 2 missed shots now, not connected, landing into the pillar instead, and that's probably his last opportunity. They're not going to give him another shot. There's no reason to peek if your Nexus. Just hold and wait, and eventually he will play into Raga's hands. That's beautifully done. That is Raga and SXE combining for all of the kills in that round and taking a 7th for the Nexus squad.
Yeah, I mean, those are there's only 2 chances, right? You're not going to get any more than that. As soon as that reposition came out, that round got infinitely more difficult. That's a little unfortunate for Spellin. But it is now 2-7. Like, this is becoming almost one-sided, I feel. Skade, they haven't really gotten much. They haven't showed much prowess on this second map. For now, though, they will own Palace. You have a player, I believe, in right side window. Or, I guess left side. Oh, he's in ladder room. Never mind.
He's somewhere in the vicinity. He's in the zip code. Do you have zip codes in Canada?
We use what's called the postal code.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the same, but we don't. We have a mix of letters and numbers, and you guys just have 5 numbers, right?
Yeah, I should know that. I actually used to work for a company that shipped to Canada. Now that I think about it, I do know that. So strange. You do things different than we do. So strange.
By the way, every time you say Taboo, it makes me. I feel like you're one of us, Mike.
It catches on a little bit. It's funny. I think it's because of my early casting was, there's been some Canadian influences in my life, but it only comes out in casting. It only comes out in casting, and I have no idea why exactly.
It's all right, Mike. You can be Canadian. It's all right. We won't judge you. But here we go. The pop's coming out towards the A side. Now Raptor is. Oh, okay. That's a double ball up. That. Jesus Christ. Oof. Give him a break.
That was an artillery strike on his position. I mean, napalm. Impossible to survive that. And that's going to be a very clean round for Nexus. I love it. And last map, we were talking about how Skade's utility usage was so much better than Nexus's in all facets, pretty much. This time, maybe choose a little bit on the other foot. That was perhaps overkill, one might say, but hey, it worked. You can't argue with results. Now it's just left to Spellin to maybe get this kill on Zello. He's waiting for it. He's baiting us. Now he's going to fade away. Again, armor, kind of worth saving. Maybe catches a kill in mid. He hears I am. Oh, he's hungry for it. If he gets this kill, he could actually probably run underpass, I was going to say. They expect him to hop out the window. He's actually going to slip the other direction and likely keep his armor alive.
Terrorists win.
8-2.
So I was going to say my brother already lives in Canada. Maybe you guys are just going to adopt me.
Hey, happily. Looking at your baby face, I think you can pretty much pass as my child.
There we go. There we go. I'll just shave the head again and I'll actually look like a baby.
Say you're one of those babies that has like the disease where you just look much older than you are.
Yeah, it's Benjamin Button disease.
Sure, that one, yeah.
I'll just age in reverse now. Oh, there we go. Rocking. Big pick. Second as well. Actually goes to Spellin. Thought the spray was from rocking through the smoke, but that's quite nice. Now they got a bit of an answer here, Skade. It's a little late. Honestly, this is already a strong half for Nexus, but hey, they'll take what they can get, and apparently what they can get is a shot in the back of the head of IM as he somehow walked out onto triple and didn't anticipate that there might be someone at ticket.
Oh.
Okay.
That's a little steep of a peak with an M4, I feel. You want to jiggle it, you want to spot it, that's fine, but you're committing to a pretty long-range battle, especially against the op that's already popped off in mid. I mean, you know Raga's around that vicinity somewhere. Now it's a 2 versus 2, a bit more manageable for Nexus. This is a little awkward here because Zello is I feel like it's all going to come to what kind of control, what kind of information he gets out of this Rainwaker. Well, his scope, Zello knows he's posted on him now. This is really awkward. He actually lands a shot. But this could be a false positive as well. Raptor might think that he's trying to go B, but in reality, Raga's on his way towards the A site. I'm not sure. Raptor's in a pretty superior position. I think this one's going to be really hard to mess up.
Oh, the plans come through. But he's on the wrong side of the box. He's at least going to get the numbers punched in. He's going to get that extra bit of cash, which his team could probably do without. But, oh, Raptor goes high instead of just wrapping around. He's eliminated the position, so he has to know. And there it is, Raga! How does he hit that in response? That's wild. Now he knows where the player is, but it won't matter. Rainwaker gets it done with the USP, but what a response from Raga. I don't know how he has the reactions to flick to that before he's dead.
I'm not sure if that's a spectator glitch, but did you hear him jumping up?
No, I don't think so.
Because it looked like he just heard the jump up somehow. It made like a little sand step, and I think that's why he looked up. But he shot him right in the genitals, Mike. You don't do that to another man. That's just that's savage.
Blow them away. He's gonna be walking bow-legged for a while.
Oh, he may have caught him through the little crack as well of the side of the balcony. That's but back to the buy round we go. Round in the bag for Skade, but once again, not too much here. At least they made a double op setup. That's good. But now there's a lot of pressure coming in from the remaining side, and they've successfully once again pushed off the Bulgarian boys early off mid.
Step here for Spellin. A double op coming back to play, but heavy mid presence here. Zello's gonna walk into it. Oh, Spellin should hit this. No, Zello so fast. Spellin looks high, but Zello is low, and what a shot into the dome. That is just some crispy aim. He is really delivering for this Nexus squad, and he's continuing to do so. That's a follow-up as well. 2 in the round, 17 in the game so far for Zello. This man just continues to contribute. And there's really struggling to contend with him. Just gonna be Denny left. He's been tagged. His position's known. Zello's looking for the kill. Yes, he doesn't necessarily want to move it off that range, but that's allowed IEM to get closer, allowed him to deliver the round. And this is looking dominant for Nexus. 9 rounds on the board now, T side of Mirage, and looking like they're gonna get more because there's an eco coming out here.
Yeah, this could be very well the double digits right here, as long as they tap it in. This is beginning to shape up to look like a strangle from Nexus. They have a strangulation on their economy. They have a strangulation on the round differentials. Everything is pointing to a solid, dominant first half win right here, which could propel them to a quick finish in the second map as well, or in the second half, excuse me. No, Nexus is beginning to advance, but look at Skade. They're already on the run towards the A site. Any longer of a delay here from Nexus, suddenly there'll be 5 defenders here, and I think Raga just spotted Ratu crossing a jungle as well.
This now gets very problematic indeed. We saw one of these rounds go against them on overpass. They can't let this happen again. Spellin manages to get away. I think he got ticked once, so there's some sort of an audio cue here, so they know there's presence. Now they're dumping that utility. They're so good with it. Look at the health on Spellin. He's got nothing left, but there's the shot hit for Rainwaker. A second as well as he burns. Spellin all that remains, and he'll continue to do damage, so at least it's expensive for the Nexus side, but ultimately they overcome. And at this point, they've got enough cash in reserve that they're not too worried about expensive rounds. They've got double digits here. They're looking for just a little more.
Yeah, they could not care any less about the economy here. They're already at 10 rounds. They have double digits. And Skade, they had the double op set up once again, but it's not really been bearing much fruit for them, I feel. And you know what's even crazier is that we haven't really seen any hard, tangible adjustment from Skade, right? They've been playing pretty stagnant. They've been playing pretty repetitive. They haven't really done any aggression towards A ramp. They haven't taken upper B control at any point in time. They haven't really contested mid the proper way. I mean, this is just a flat defense here for Skade, and I think it's actually spotted the player top and below, and that's Spellin eliminated again. There's not much showing. So they change it up a little bit and have an underpass player, but he gets caught immediately. There's no flash for him. There's no support. Just walked up on. And this is getting very tough indeed. Zello does take command advantage for his squad. The op still survived. The one change up here is that they did swap the secondary op over to Rainwaker as opposed to Spellin. But he's paranoid. He's worried that they're coming through. Mark it on him. He's going to get that kill and he's secure one flank. And there's the second op striking as well. So at least this is working out. The big green guns are yielding kills. They're making this happen. And there's a follow-up. So right at the tail end of this half might be a bit of a sign of life. IEM, he's all alone. Maybe he does some more damage. Honestly, I think it's more important for him to get one kill here than it is for him to get a bomb plant. He's hopping. He's skipping. He's jumping. He's hunting. Raftu should hear him. Definitely hears him now. And now he's going to punch in the numbers, and Raftu will get an easy kill. Just molly IEM. You have a Molotov. Why even be concerned about CT spawn? Just molly the thing. And allow yourself the ability to reposition there, knowing that, The right side is clear. You could just retake it back once you plant the bomb. That's lack of utility there. Lack of use of utility, I should say. He had the utility, but it's a 10-4 now. And I think a 10-5 here finish for Skade might actually be pretty recoverable in many aspects. Oh, Rainwaker! Oh!
No.
He
barely got away. So much damage done. This gets rough now. Well, they should still be alright. He's got the AWP. Bogdan says that's not a huge issue. No help with the AWP, you know, the classic. Raftu gonna be here. They completely overlook his position. No one checking Firebox, and so he's gonna get 2 as a result. Felon's dropped, and there's the low HP player out as well. So this gets tough. Raftu continuing to deliver from this position. Keeps the numbers even at least 3 big kills for him. 3 huge frags. Now Raga hunting. So much damage done, but the trade is better, and that's a second shot from Rocking. 5-10 is going to be our scoreline on the half. A nice little recovery right at the end there for Skade, but definitely still a strong, dominant half from Nexus.
I feel like Nexus kind of got a little comfortable towards the end, to be honest. Like, that entry was so sloppy. 2 players quick switching on the entry. Like, what the heck is that? Where are your weapons, fellas? You already have someone throwing utility for you. Just keep your gun out. Especially the guy with the Mac 10. I mean, why are you fumbling your weapons with a Mac 10? And why is this guy going in second not have his weapon out? That's really sloppy. 11-4 would have been much better for Nexus, but a 10-5 is still a pretty solid finish, all things considered. Now it's going to be a bit of a yin-yang. Nexus going out mid. Skade will take the A side away from them, and it will be a 5 versus 5 retake. Oh, excuse me, 5 versus 4 retake.
Now down. That just delays them a little bit, but forward positions have been taken by the CT, or by the T's rather. They're going to be able to control ticket booth and control the rotation in from CT spawn. They're waiting for these 2 players to get into ramp, waiting for them to have the pass and distract. And here comes the fight. They're forcing the issue. They found one. Looking for the second. I think they've spotted that he's all the way back to market, so he can't really contribute. It'll be a long rotation to do so. And meanwhile, the bodies are dropping on site itself. Rainwaker found, and that's the bomb defuse that will come through. Nexus somehow pull that round out of their hat. It wasn't looking great for them position-wise, but they get the frags, and that's what matters.
It's actually pretty inspiring to see that Nexus is not afraid to put sights on retake, right? We saw that on Overpass a lot. They would leave A open. They would leave B open. They have no problem with that. They have their retake protocols down, and it seems to work pretty consistently for them. Now, mind you, Skade did get the bomb plan. I think that might prompt them for the buy here. Oh, no, they're doing their Nexus special, the Hero AK. I mean, they had enough for Galil's. Why not just follow up with Galil's and look for the double reset and close the half? Close the gap, rather.
They like to make us sad, Roy. Got a smoke and a flash gun on towards the site. Looks like they're trying to go for pretty dry take on towards B. That first phase does not work out, and SXC gonna get a second as well. He's just making this look easy, continuing to do damage. That HE might find a kill. Indeed, it will. Bomb gets launched further into kitchens, and at this point, it's just spelling. Yes, he's found the AK, but no, he does not have any armor. So he's naked here. He's got a single flashbang. He's getting wrapped on, and he's definitely aware that he's getting wrapped on. But the question is there anything he can do about it? If he wins his kill on Zello, maybe he gets a little bit of return. But without hitting the instant headshot, that's pretty much done and dusted, because the aim punch is going to come through, and the lack of armor means he will just melt in the wake of that rifle.
Alright, there we go. Now it's coming out. Rocking with the Eagle. Everyone else with AKs, SGs, a little bit of utility. Enough utility. I mean, a little, but enough to take pretty much control of anything that they so choose. So options are available, and it will be mid control. Look at Nexus. Like, there's a difference in culture here instantly, right? They're looking to contest it out mid. Zello's already in their faces. Dennisla is able to find one. Zello eliminates the four. He cuts Dennisla out. He's not able to find the kill, but it won't matter. It's going to be all Skade here in terms of kills. That's 1 for 3 deal. Pretty solid bargain, I'd say.
Oh, that's a nice upgrade, though, for IM. He's gotten himself a Krieg now. And this is still very dangerous, even if Nexus can just keep it close. Considering it was a bit of the bonus round, it's not the worst thing in the world. BTN, big shot, big kill found. Now even numbers off of a 4v2. This has been recovered in a major way, and Skade now very limited, especially with one player still on the deagle. They've got a molly and a flash, 2 flashes rather. So they can buy themselves some extra time with this. The retake, it appears to be on. They're trying to feint and get the player through the murder hole, and they do successfully do that. But nice positioning for Rocking and Rainwaker. They spotted Rocking, so that ball is going to go in. That means he can't really have contribution. He's going to have to fade away and out of it to be able to walk through it for the last-minute kill. But anyway, that's a huge frag to find. Now BTN knows where the second is. He's got to force the issue. Nade going to sail out. There's the peak, trying to find the timing, but it's going to be all Rocking. Makes it work, waits out the Molotov, secures the round. Would have had it on the time regardless, but it is going to be a 6th round for Skade. Only problem is he doesn't have a rifle.
Yeah, I mean, the last round would have probably been a better round to win if you're Skade, but you know what? This one is solid. However, you still have to deal with the buy coming out from Nexus, right? And I like the Nexus at least took risks. They went out mid. They tried something that Skade never really developed the confidence to do. I'm not sure if they just got tunnel vision on some sort of idea that they thought was the key to win the round, but they really just averted mid completely. But now it's going to be the double smoke exec. I think Skade is recognizing there's a weakness in the utility here and counter utility. Let's see if it works out.
Trades on site. Rocking kind of out isolated, but now his teammates are here, and while they're a second too late to save his life, they're here to do the damage for sure. I am into a corner, only blocked off by smokes. He's just trying to stay alive and actually walk through. That might take the initiative here. If he catches Dennis Law, that would be huge. And indeed, it is. He's traded instantaneously. It's just a scout and an M4 to try and get this entry back in. No utility behind it. They've got a kit, and that's a big frag. Now, all down to this. A MAT 10 against a scout. The ultimate in different philosophies, and it's ultimately the MAT that survives. Nicely done for Spellin. Gets the rifle to upgrade as well, and Skade, they're staying alive here. They're making this work. They're chaining some rounds together, and they're breaking that economy from Nexus.
Now we're starting to see a game in our hands. Mikey, this is what we've been looking for. A little bit of friction. Looked like the
little bit.
Yeah, it looked like Romania had all the momentum, and now suddenly the Bulgarian boys are looking to answer back. But this time they're going for the full execute on the A site, Mike. I don't know. Luckily, there's only a single person here.
Where did we see that before, boy? Where did we see Nexus come out with a lot of momentum and then slow down? Oh, wait, that's right. Last map.
Yeah. A bit of a repeat, isn't it?
It's a little concerning. They had more of a lead this time, and it came so close at the wire at the end there that this might just be enough to get them over the line, but they've got to be careful here. Gotta be very careful here. Tons of damage done to this round. These pistols looking good. Let's see if they can hold on. Slow down a little bit, Skade. The flank in. Look at this from Zello. He's right behind them. Enemy lines. He's gonna get the knife. Now he's got the rifle. Not the second kill, but a ton of money made from that knife in the back. Fortunately for Skade, I think they're gonna clean this up. But that's a nice little bit of disrespect there.
I mean, disrespecting enough money for an op that he otherwise his team would not have had. So, win-win in all aspects. I mean, that was a solid round for Nexus, all things considered. They kept the money in check. They got a little extra money themselves. And they still have a few more rounds as a room for error.
Zello has 27 kills at this point.
Yeah, he's also, I think, the youngest on the Nexus lineup, if I'm not mistaken. 19.
Whew. He's nuts.
The Romanian star player. You gotta love it.
They are. Come on. It's just unreal. Quite the performance. See what they can get going here. This time, no contestant towards mid. They're not even touching it. They don't want to deal with it at all. They don't even have someone really. I mean, it's the op watching on a player on catwalk, but they're very passive. And at the first sign of utility, they're going to fall off of it. So mid is the playground for Skade. What do they do with that information?
It's not just mid control, right? It's the fact that they own ladder now. Ladder is such a key piece to the rotations for the side, but Zello's taking that away from them. That's a great find. Zello eliminates the second one as well. He's decimating them. That's forcing them into Raga, who's picked up a kill of his own. And suddenly what was looking like great early control here, this game is completely robbed by Raga and Zello. 3 kills for him, 2 for Raga, and that is a 13-8 now for the Romanian side, Nexus. And he's broken the 3 bomb.
It's a gut punch as well for the economy. Look at how strange it is for Skade. They're going to go for it. They're going to buy the op. They've got Galils and Deagles around it, so they are risking it in this round. And this is pretty much gambling. I mean, unless they get a bomb plant here, their loss bonus isn't even that great at that point, only 1,900. So they're going to need a little bit more than that. This is very risky indeed. Look at how bold they are as well. Denislaw just standing out in the open. He gets dropped. No support for him, and that op now not retrievable. So they really we're risking it this round. It's a huge gamble. Now the take's going to have to come on towards A, and they're so limited. They've got no real more utility. I mean, this is just going to be a punishing round.
Yeah, the crazy thing is that op isn't even recoverable. It's lost forever. Raptor just bringing things back. It's slight. Yellow's gonna get that back! What the hell was that, Zello? That was so sick.
He's insane. He's insane. Spellin suffer the wrath of Raga this time. I mean, this man, he's unreal. 32 and 12, 134 80. You just can't stop him. You can't stop him. Every round, he has impacts. He is having a hero play, the likes of which we just rarely see. He is stomping all over Skade and absolutely ruining them, and it's secured a 14th round, and now they've just got to contend with Deagles and another force buy, as Skade does not want to let them get map point. They do not want to contest for overtime. They're either going to win it now off of a miracle with the Deagles, or we're going to map 3.
Yeah, this decision from Skade, I feel like, is forced. Like, they kind of have to make this decision. They can't really concede the 15th on the board here and try to win 7 rounds in a row. I feel like they have to make their stand here if they want a real shot at making this comeback, but this is a big drop-off here for the Bulgarian side, and I think we'll most likely see Inferno as a deciding map. And right now, it looks like Nexus is regaining their confidence.
Nice shot from Raga. He's so passive. Waiting, drawing them into that murder hole position, and then he does exactly that. He murders. So the hit's going to be on towards A. They're going to try and get a little something going here, but Raga is still around with his op. He'll eventually be dropped, but the bodies are falling for Skade. They cannot hang on. Now it's all going to be on to Spellin. Well, he will get the blindside shot into Zello. Shouldn't find much more. Now they know where he's playing from. He's lost the bomb. There's 40 seconds left on the clock. He's got to make a decision about what he wants to do, and he can't make that jump. There we go. That's him number 2.
Okay. He didn't look cool doing it the first time, but the second time he hit it quite nice. Let's see if he can land a shot, though. That's going to be the only cool thing that is needed. Not quite the angle, and it is Nexus to draw a map point. 7 rounds for that. Is that the replay for the no-scope? Man, look at this shot. That is so sick. What? That's insane. You love to see that. Yeah, they don't really have much here. This is looking a little grim, Mike, on this final round. It's Deagles, Max 10s, and a Scout.
Scout and a dream. Scout and a dream. Scout somehow doesn't find that tag. It must have just sent the wind whistling right by his leg. But here we go. The damage is being done in towards the apartments instead. Raga's found one. He's got attacked in the second. He's dropping utility. He's dropping bodies. Raga is doing it all. And this is just about over. Spellin 1v5 with a Scout. And he's been found as well. Zello looking to add one last kill to his lofty total, and he will do so. An insane game from Zello. A strong game from Nexus in general. And that's going to take us through to map 3. What an answer back from Nexus to what was a disappointing overpass, but holy cow, I am excited for map 3.
Yeah, and you kind of just have to wonder, right? Had they just closed off the first map, this would have been a pretty swift 2-0 for them, in all things considered. So, Bulgarians, they're looking a little bit choppy on their map pick, a little disjointed in that, but they still have the third chance. They're still Inferno as a decider, which we will see here shortly. For now, if you're in here, please follow our socials: Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I think I said that twice. Doesn't matter. Follow this man right here. Follow his follow me, follow Melanie, and we'll be back for the third map, Inferno, between Nexus and Skade.